Combat social isolation with Cupid Crew this Valentine's Day. Now, Wish of a Lifetime from AARP encourages our audience, to send love to older adults who may be experiencing loneliness. And here is the executive director of Wish of a Lifetime from AARP, Tom Wagenlander. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. So, Tom, what is Wish of a Lifetime from AARP?
So, Wish of a Lifetime is an official charitable affiliate of AARP, and our mission is to grant the lifelong wishes of isolated and deserving older adults. And then we share those stories to inspire people to think of aging differently and shift perceptions on what it means to age in our society. And so that's what we do 12 months out of the year, but every year around Valentine's Day, we mobilize our Cupid crews to spread love to isolated older adults.
Now, speaking of Cupid Crew, what is Cupid Crew?
Cupid Crew is our effort every year that we do in collaboration with Girl Scouts of the USA, schools, and individuals all across the country to send heartfelt messages of love and care and appreciation to isolated older adults in their communities. And this is our second year doing it during the pandemic. So we do it completely remotely by sending cards through the mail. And last year we delivered nearly 200,000 cards to older adults. And this year we're aiming for 250,000. And we've got tens of thousands of volunteers all across the country joining our crews.
Now, how does Cupid Crew combat social isolation for older Americans?
So even before the pandemic, isolation and loneliness was a growing concern. And as you can imagine, the outcomes of the pandemic and the effects of the pandemic have only exacerbated that, to the point where nearly 40% of individuals over the age of 50 report experiencing isolation. And the effects of that can be quite profound. Studies have shown that it can be a worse effect than obesity, and actually maybe the equivalent of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So we're out there just showing people that they're loved, that they're acknowledged, that we care about them. And the great thing about Cupid Crew is it's simple. You know, we want to motivate people to do this on Valentine's Day, but also show them that they can do this all throughout the year and really have a meaningful impact on these individuals' lives.
Now, how many people in our local area are socially isolated, and how has it affected older adults?
Yeah, so studies have shown that in Missouri, 56% of older adults are at risk of social isolation. So that's a pretty substantial number. It's higher than the national average. And it's likely going to continue to be a problem as the pandemic continues to roll on. So by reaching out to these individuals, by showing them that we're thinking of them, you're really doing a lot to give them a sense of companionship and to address those feelings of loneliness. And what we want to show through Cupid Crew is not only how to do this, but just how easy it is. You know, we're sending cards around Valentine's Day, but oftentimes it's as simple as picking up the phone and having a conversation with somebody.
Now, how can our viewers participate locally to support those in isolation?
So if you want to join the Cupid Crew, you go to wishofalifetime.org/Cupid. You'll have all the details there as to how to download a card that you can print at home and send to a family member, a friend, or even the neighbor down the street, as well as get ideas as to what to include in those cards. And then when you do that, you're officially joining the Cupid Crew and joining us on our mission to combat social isolation throughout the country and joining tens of thousands of volunteers who've already signed up.
We've been talking with Executive Director, Wish of a Lifetime from AARP, Tom Wagenlander. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
As a matter of fact, happy Valentine's Day to you.
Absolutely. Happy Valentine's Day.